So today, we are cracking open a cookbook with a huge promise to show you how to make food that is not only incredibly healthy, but also perfectly cooked every single time. It's all about this amazing marriage between the fresh, beautiful flavors of the Mediterranean diet and the absolute precision of sous vide cooking.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You spend good money on beautiful, healthy food, you follow the recipe, and you still end up with dry chicken or fish that's just sad. It always feels like you have to choose between healthy and delicious. But what if you didn't? What if you could guarantee juicy, tender, perfect results with every single meal?
Okay, so what's the big idea here?
Well, the solution this book offers is basically a match made in culinary heaven. It's what happens when you combine incredible flavor with foolproof, scientific precision.
And this slide just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the Mediterranean diet. That's the what. We're talking fresh ingredients, healthy fats, big, bold flavors. It's consistently called the healthiest way to eat. Then on the other side, you've got sous vide, and that's the how. This is the cooking method that gives you perfect temperature control for results you can count on every time. The whole point of the book is that when you put these two together, you get the absolute best of both worlds.
So what even is sous vide? It sounds super fancy, right? But honestly, the idea is so simple. It's French for under vacuum. And all it really means is you seal your food in a bag and cook it in water that's held at one super precise temperature. That's it. It completely takes the guesswork out at cooking and lets you get restaurant-level results right in your own kitchen.
Okay, so how does this magic actually work? You might be picturing some complicated science experiment, but you'd be surprised. It's not about being a tech wizard. It's about a really simple, repeatable process.
Look, it really just comes down to these 4 steps. First, you season your food and seal it up. Second, you set your water bath to the perfect temperature. Third, and this is the best part, you just drop the bag in and walk away. Seriously, it's set it and forget it cooking. And then finally, when it's perfectly cooked all the way through, you take it out and give it a super quick sear in a hot pan to get that gorgeous brown crust.
And the book is just loaded with these awesome little tips. A couple of my favorites are to season your food more than you think you need, because literally zero flavor can escape that bag, and to make sure your protein is bone dry before you sear it for the best crust. But the real game changer, the one you have to remember, is this: save the juices in the bag. You are going to see in a second how that creates the most amazing sauces with zero effort.
All right, so theory is one thing, but the proof is in the pudding, right? Or in this case, the delicious, perfectly cooked food. So let's look at a few examples right from the book that show how this whole thing works in the real world.
We're going to start with the ultimate test, the food item that's a poster child for healthy, but also for being dry and boring. I'm talking about the boneless, skinless chicken breast. We've all had a chalky, disappointing one. But check this out. With sous vide, you literally cannot mess it up. You set that water bath to exactly 150 degrees Fahrenheit, you let it cook for an hour and a half, and it is physically impossible for that chicken to overcook. It will be juicy and perfect from edge to edge, guaranteed.
And remember that tip about the bag juices? This is where it pays off, big time. All those juices and marinade that are left in the bag after the chicken is done, that's pure liquid gold. You just pour it into the hot pan after you sear the chicken, let it bubble for like 30 seconds, and boom, you have an incredible, flavor-packed sauce.
Okay, so we've done the everyday. Now let's try something that feels like a real project, a big Greek-style lamb shoulder. This is the kind of thing that can be super intimidating, right? It takes forever to cook, and it's easy to get wrong. Well, sous vide turns it into a totally hands-off masterpiece.
Now, I know what you're thinking when you see 24 hours, but that's not 24 hours of work. That's 24 hours of the machine doing everything for you. It's just slowly, gently breaking down that tough meat into something unbelievably tender while you go live your life.
And this quote from the book just nails it. This is how you make a showstopper, a dish that looks like it took all weekend, but really required almost no actual effort from you. It's kind of a superpower.
All right, let's tackle an ingredient that totally freaks out most home cooks: octopus. It has this reputation for being tough and rubbery unless you're a professional chef. Well, guess what? Sous vide takes all that fear away.
And here is the secret. 5 hours at exactly 170 degrees Fahrenheit. That specific combination is the magic formula. It's just the right temperature for just the right amount of time to break down all that tough connective tissue, making the octopus unbelievably tender without turning it into mush. It works every single time.
And this is the kind of pro tip that makes you go, no way.
It's totally backwards from what you'd think, right? You don't have to hunt down super expensive fresh octopus. The book points out that the simple act of freezing it actually helps tenderize it. So the cheaper, easier to find option is actually the better one. How cool is that?
But hey, it is not just for fancy proteins. This technique can completely transform your vegetable game. I mean, think about zucchini. How many times have you cooked it, and it just turns into a sad, watery, mushy pile on the plate?
See, by cooking it at this super precise temperature, 183 degrees, you cook it all the way through, but it keeps its structure. It becomes tender, but it still has a fantastic, pleasant bite to it. And all those great flavors, the lemon and the mint, get infused right in.
And I just love this line from the book. It's such a bold promise, right? No more mushy zucchini ever again. And you know what? Because it's based on science, it's a promise the technique can actually keep. This is how you guarantee perfect vegetables every time.
Okay, so let's pull all this together. We've seen how this amazing combo of Mediterranean flavors and sous vide precision can totally up your game, from chicken to octopus to even zucchini. Let's wrap this up with something practical you can use right away.
Think of this as your little cheat sheet, a snapshot from the bigger charts in the book. You can see the key things we talked about: the chicken, the octopus, the veggies, plus another great one like salmon. This is your roadmap. It gives you the exact temperature and time you need for a perfect result, right from the get-go.
And really, that's what this is all about. This isn't just about recipes. It's about a method that gives you the confidence to cook absolutely anything, knowing it's going to turn out amazing. So it really just leaves one simple question. Now that the guesswork is gone and delicious results are guaranteed, what perfectly cooked meal are you going to make first?